Hi everybody, I'm going to be doing the video about just the fears and anxieties that go along with having chronic Lyme disease, also chronic illness, or just if you've suffered medically for a long time at all. It really does take a toll on your mental state, and just like it's very emotional and traumatic. So I just wanted to really talk about that today. I know I look a lot better than normal. That's just because I'm not feeling that much greater, but I kind of made myself, do my hair and makeup and stuff because I've just been feeling so bad. I'm like, I have to do it, it'll make me feel better. And I'm glad that I was able to do it. So it wasn't like a horrible day, but it was hard and it took me a while, but I just wanted to feel better. So this is how I want to look all the time. I don't necessarily always feel good enough to. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about how when you start getting a really bad symptom that doesn't go away, how that affects you as a person. So the first time it happened to me, it wasn't even the worst, but the first thing that really came and started happening and it caused me a lot of anxiety and just pain and agony was when I got my hives. And I had them like all over my body, head to toe, and it lasted for over 6 months straight, and it was horrible. I mean, it was awful, and I just didn't understand why it was happening to me. I didn't understand what was causing it. Nobody could tell me what was causing it. Nobody could tell me when it would go away, if it would go away, what to do. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any answers. A lot of the times when you have chronic illness, there are no answers. You go to the doctors, you feel horrible, you're scared, and they're just like, we don't know what's going on, you know? And they kind of treat you like it's not a big deal because they don't know what it is. So if they don't know what it is, then they act like it's not really a big deal. Um, and that is very hard to handle because you're at home. They're not there with you. They don't see what you're going through every minute of every day and how agonizing it is and how horrible it is and how you just want your life back and you feel like there's no one to help you. You feel helpless. You feel hopeless. And it's horrible. It's horrible. That was really hard for me to go through. But the worst one was when I started having problems with my heart. I literally thought I was going to die pretty much every day. It was so terrifying, so traumatic to me that it changed me as a person. It completely changed me. Um, when I was younger, before I started having a whole bunch of health problems, I was a social butterfly. I was outgoing. I loved to have fun. I would go hang out all night with my friends, not drinking or anything, but I would just go out, and hang out with them and watch movies and hang out and play board games or whatever. Like sometimes I'd go out and stuff and drink, but I just liked being with people. I loved being around people. I loved doing stuff that was fun, whatever pretty much it was, I was up for it, and that was my life. I was so happy. I was carefree and I just loved to have fun. And I loved being like that. That's who I am, essentially. But I'm not really that person anymore. And that is because of my chronic illnesses and my chronic Lyme disease. And the things that have happened to me over the years have taken such a toll on the person that I used to be that I look back and I think about the things that I used to go do, fearlessly and driving from state to state and whatever I used to do, and I do not recognize that person. I look back and I think to myself, I can't believe that I was able to do those things. I have the memories, but it doesn't seem right. Like, I can't even remember what it feels like to be like that. I think I have the memory, but the feeling of being able to do those things is completely gone. So that's been one of the hardest things for me having a chronic Lyme disease and having a chronic illness is that it robs you of who you are. It robs you of the things that you wanted in your life. The things that you never thought would be a problem are suddenly the biggest problem that you have. And that's your health. Um, it was so traumatic for me to go through the experiences I went through with my heart that I quit driving. I quit going out and hanging out with my friends. my family. I won't go to Denver, which is just like one of the bigger cities in the state that I live in. I used to go up there all the time with my family. Um, it's very hard for me to have my in-laws or my brother want me to go and hang out with them up in Denver, and I can't go because of the way I feel. Physically, I don't feel good, and it's hard for me to go do things all day. But my bigger issue is mentally. I have so much anxiety for how I'm going to feel or how I'm feeling that I can't actually make it there. Like, my mind is, it's just so messed up from the things that I've been through as far as like being able to just go do something and not think about it. I can't anymore. I can't just go do something and not think about it. Like, if somebody asks me to do something, I think about everything and like how it's going to play out, and if I can get home or how I'm going to feel. You know, I'm literally like afraid to be far away from my house where I might need to go lay down or, you know, take my medicine or whatever it is that I do every day to kind of bring myself comfort. If I can't be at that place, then it's super hard for me. And if I actually do push myself and make myself go do something that is like far away from my home, the whole time I'm just like anxious and I'm just like, I just need to get home. I just need to get home. So even though I can go do it, it's ruined because the only thing I'm thinking about is like getting home or feeling better or whatever it is. There is the physical side. It is hard to go do things when you don't feel good. It is very hard. But the mental part of it, the anxiety, is harder for me because I can't shut my brain off. Now, I know that maybe not everyone that deals with chronic illness feels this way, but I do think that a lot of people who have been afraid of dying and had so many horrible symptoms that made them think they might die probably have some of this anxiety. So I just want to do a video about it because it's very lonely and it's scary, and you don't really want to tell people because it's like weird in a way. You know, you don't want people to look at you as weird or like having irrational fears. And I want you all to know that I deal with it. If you deal with it, like, please rest assured that you're not alone. Okay? It is not something to be ashamed of. It is something that happens from trauma. And, you know, it's post-traumatic stress. It is not something to be ashamed of. It is not something to hide. And you will feel better if you can find someone, you know, that you can trust and open up to them. Because if you let someone know what you're struggling with and like how hard it is for you and like the anxiety that comes from it, it will help a little bit. It has helped me to talk about it with my family. And, you know, a lot of people understand. They might not have the exact same anxiety as you, but they have anxiety about other things probably. So I just don't want you to feel alone. When I first watched the documentary Under Our Skin, it's the documentary about chronic Lyme disease, I cried and cried and cried and cried because I didn't know that there was people out there that felt the same way that I did and were being told the same things that I was being told by doctors. And it was like, it was such a relief. It just was like everything in me just like, like I just released, like I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And there are people out there that feel the same way as me, and I'm not crazy. Because that's what doctors want to do. They want to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine, it's in your head, or you're just depressed and you just need an antidepressant. Not true. Okay? If you know there's something wrong with you, do not listen to that. That is just lies because they don't know what to do with you. So I just want you to know that, you know, you're not alone. It is when you have a chronic illness and you have any kind of phobia. Even people have phobias from you know, things they've gone through. And chronic illness, phobia, whatever it is that you have that causes anxiety, just know that you're not like, it's not that you're crazy or that you're weird or that, you know, you can't handle things like other people. It's just a part of stress. It's a part of trauma. Anyway, but what I was saying was that it changed my life. Now, I have come back a little bit where, like, I do drive a little bit now, and I am going out and hanging out, and I'm doing a lot more things. But there was a period in my life where I could barely do anything. I was a hermit. And even at home, I was constantly scared of dying. And I know that's like, why were you so afraid of dying? Like, but when you have something happen to, like, a major part of your body, like your heart, your brain, whatever is the major part of your body, and it's not working correctly, it scares the crap out of you, okay? I had a 5-month-old little girl, new mother, and I was going through all of this. And I was so scared. I was scared that I wasn't going to be there to see her, and I wasn't going to be there with my husband, and I wasn't going to have this family that I always wanted. And it happened to me at just such a bad time in my life. Like, I mean, it was a good time in my life, but that made it so horrible because I was sitting here trying to enjoy my new child and my husband and having this family, and it was just completely ripped apart from me with all of this fear and all of this trauma that I was dealing with from my symptoms, from my chronic illness. And I know how hard it is. I want you guys to know you're not alone. I know how hard it is to feel like no one can help you, and there's nothing, and there's no end to this darkness. And I'm sorry I'm crying. It's emotional for me because I have gone through it for so long, and in the darkest moments of it, it was hell. I cannot describe to you the pain and the suffering and the torture that I went through. But there always is light. It might not seem like it at the time. It might take a long time to get there, but just know that you are strong and you will come out of it. I am thankful for where I'm at today. It has not been easy getting here, but at least I am here. And if there's anything you guys, want to ask me, or maybe something I didn't mention that you deal with, and, I didn't mention everything, so I'm sure there's things that, you guys are thinking of that I haven't actually said in this video, please feel free to ask or comment, and I can answer those questions for you, like what else I dealt with through this experience. But I just wanted you to know that, it's completely normal to have the fear and the anxiety and the trauma from what you're going through. And if you have chronic Lyme disease, it is really hard, and I'm right there with you. I know how bad it is and how horrible and what it can do to your life. But I just want to encourage you because I've had other people encourage me in my journey, and it has helped a lot. So it's just something I want to do. This is the only way that I feel like I can help other people, so I'm doing it. I can't go out there and be that proactive, physically, but I can do this, and if it helps someone, then great. And if it doesn't, then that's okay too. I'm have this for documentation for myself, and I also would love for it to help other people. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And as far as treatment, my next treatment is in about 2 weeks, and I'm still herxing and detoxing a little bit, but it's not as intense as it was in the beginning. So I'll definitely let you know after my next treatment how I'm doing, and I'll keep you all posted. And I will do my other videos that I mentioned as well, about testing, and also about just kind of thoughts and stuff and the things that you deal with chronic Lyme disease. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, night, whatever time you're watching this, and I will be back on here soon. Bye.